All right, what did we say yesterday about plugging this one in the calculator? Number 2. Sorry, yeah, number 2. You can't plug in the square root of negative 48. What does it give you? It says domain error. How do you have to plug it in? Yeah, pull the negative out. Just plug in square root of 48. Tell me what y'all get when you do square root of 48. 4 root 3. All right, look, guys, you get this. 4 root 3, so your answer is 4i root 3. Where did the I come from? When you pull the negative out, that's your I. All right, good. Number 4, same thing. Just plug in 16 over 25, square root of 16 over 25. Don't plug in the negative. See what your calculator gives you. What's that going to be? 4 over 5? So your answer is 4i over 5. All right, we're skipping 6. I'm not putting that one on the final, so just mark 6 out.
What's the difference of 6? Is it just the 8's on top?
I think we got a decimal when we did that one the other day. Anyway, you're not going to have to do 6. If you can do 4, you're good. I don't want to add anything extra. We don't need to. Let's go to 8. I to the 91st power. Now remember your i's. You got I to the first is I to the second is -1, I to the third is negative I, and I to the fourth is 1. So what I showed y'all yesterday, divide that by 4, Sarah. Tell me what you get. 91 divided by 4. 22.75. Okay, we also had this. This one ends in 0.25. This one ends in 0.5. This one ends in 0.75. If it doesn't have a decimal, it's this one. So when you divide it, we got 0.75 on the end. That would be negative I. So I'll have all this up on the board for you. I've got it over there. So answer is negative I. Yeah, if it ends in 0.75, come over here to your chart. I'm going to have this on the board. If it ends in 0.75, it's negative I. I think yesterday I had y'all find the remainders, but I started thinking about it. This is a better way if I can just give y'all, if you guys can just learn to divide that by 4, you'll be good. All right. 8, skip 10. That's not on the final. I don't want y'all to do anything that's not on the final. Skip 10. Let's go to 12. Now 12 we did yesterday. 12 is definitely on the final. I just put it on there. All right, y'all should know how to do this one from yesterday. Go ahead. First step is distribute. Then add up like terms, see what you get. That is almost identical to a problem I just put on the final. All right, let's see what you get. Distribute here, y'all should have 28 minus 4i. Distribute here, y'all should have negative 10 plus 30i. All right, Kelly, what can I add up that's like terms?
28, 10.
28 minus 10 is 18. What else?
Negative 1 and 30.
Negative 4 plus 30 is plus 26. I thought that was a pretty easy problem, so I made sure you got one of those on the final.
So you would just add like terms and that's it?
After the first step, you just add like terms.
And what if they're in the parentheses?
Like where? See, when you distribute, it
Like
comes out of the parentheses on the first step. 15?
Yeah.
Okay, if it's 15, that's FOIL method. That's
So
different.
you would just times them in there?
You would just times them. Yeah, and we'll do one like that on the next one. Hey, you guys can mark out 16. I'm not putting 16 on the final. Let's go to 14. All right, 14 is one we need to know how to do. Root 5 plus 2i squared. All right, when y'all see it squared, that means write it down twice. Root 5 plus 2i times root 5 plus 2i. Now we got to do the FOIL method on this one. See if y'all can FOIL that out. Brandon, you just let me know you're ready to start. You ready? Okay, go ahead. So we're going to FOIL this one out. Now times these two, 5 times 5 is root 25. Hey, but that just turns into 5, doesn't it? So first number's 5. What about when you times these two? Sarah, I got 2i times the square root. You can't really times those, so just put the 2i in front of the square root.
And you would just do the same.
And then you do the same thing in the middle, yeah.
And you would, what would you
2i
add?
times 2i is 4i squared. All right, lots of things we can simplify and clean up here. All right, do y'all remember what I squared equals? If you forgot, Caleb, you can look on the board. I got them over there. What's I squared turns into? -1. So look, mark that out because -1 times 4 is -4. Everybody see how I did that? All right. 5 minus 4 gives me 1. Add these up in the middle because they're like terms. What do you get? 4i. So I get 4i root 5. All right, that's a good one to put on the final.
And you wouldn't have the root 5.
No, you know when you add 3x plus 4x, Sarah, it's just 7x. Same thing. You don't add the x's on like terms, you just bring them down. Don't add the root 5s, just bring them down.
What did you get rid of the 4 squared?
I squared, Caleb, look on the board. I squared turns into -1. So I just did -1 times 4 is -4.
Oh, okay.
So I'll have that on the board for you. All right, so good. So we already said we're skipping 16. That's not on your final. Let's make 18 easier. Everybody look at 18. It says 4 plus 3i, 2 minus 5i, and 4 minus 3i. All right, do me a favor. I'm not going to make y'all do any on the final that have 3 parentheses, Sarah, so why don't we just mark out the last one and y'all just pull out the first 2. Fair enough? Because you will have that on the final. I've got your final written. It is 30 problems. We got 3 days next week. We can keep working on this new stuff and make sure we got the old stuff. But the old stuff I put on there, guys, is not a whole lot of old stuff. It's stuff we've done the last month. So I tried to make it easy for you. You guys have a couple finals that Thursday. I don't want y'all to be stressed out over this one. Plus, I got a lot of kids with 68 averages. They got to pass this to pass the class. So. All right, Gabe, where do I start on this one? Got to do full method. What do I first multiply by?
4, 2.
4 and 2 is 8. 4 and 5 is -20i. All right, what's next?
3i times 5i.
Let's go ahead and times these two first. So that's 6i. Now here's the trick. That's -15i squared. All right, Caleb, same deal. What does I squared turn into, Caleb?
-1.
So look, if that turns into -1, -1 times -15 is a positive 15 on the end. Y'all see how I did that? Now add your like terms and you finish. All right, final answer. 8 plus 15 is 23, minus 14i. Y'all can probably go ahead and do that right now, kids. All right, let's do 19 through 22. We're not doing 23 or 24. Mark those out. We'll do 19 through 22 real quick. Those shouldn't be bad. N squared plus 25 equals 0. All right, Sarah says move 25 over. It's -25. Hold on. We got to get rid of the square. So what's the square root of 25? 5. So what's the square root of -25? 5i. Now, I left something off, Kelly. What'd I leave off?
Plus or minus.
Anytime y'all take a square root, you got to do plus or minus. So that's your answer. What was that? 2 steps. That's not bad. All right, let's go to 20. Hopefully it's the same thing. M squared plus 10 equals 0. All right, Kelly, first step.
Move 10 over.
All right, so I got m squared equals negative 10.
Square root of both.
Now I'll take the square root. Guys, can we do a square root of 10?
No.
I don't even think your calculator will break it down.
No.
All we can do is take the I out. So it's plus or minus I root 10. I don't know if any of these are on the final or not. I'll have to look. This isn't bad. We can do this. All right, 21. Let's check it. 6y squared plus 42. All right, Caleb, what's the first step? Just like on the other problems, what's been the first step? Move over 42. Good. All right. Anybody? Second step. Hey, good. Divide by 6. This one's got a new step for you. So I got y squared equals negative 7.
So you would
Take the square root again, and now it's going to be just like this one.
so it would be I.
So it's plus or minus I root 7. All right, good. Y'all try 22. Let's see what y'all got. 22. 4, I'm going to say x squared equals negative 64. All right, first step, move over 64. What's the second step?
Divide by 4.
Somebody divide that for me.
16.
All right, now this time when I take a square root, what's the square root of positive 16?
4.
4. So what's the square root of negative 16?
4.
4i, and don't forget your plus or minus. Okay, I wasn't bad. All right, y'all save that in your folder. I don't know how much room they gave y'all to write on this one, guys. You may need out a sheet of paper. You can decide. Charlotte? All right, we're not going to do all of these. We're going to throw some out. But let's start on number, let's do 6 through 19 together, and then I'll give y'all something you can do by yourself. Hey. All right, some I see that we can mark out. Y'all go ahead and mark out number 7. We can do. Let's do 9. Mark out 7 and mark out 17. We're going to mark out both of those. All right, we'll go through this stuff quick if y'all help me, then I'll let y'all do something by yourself. All right, number 6. We got the square root of negative 64. What's the square root of positive 64? 8. So what's the square root of negative 64? 8i. So this would be plus or minus 8i. You could just put 8i on that one. I'd probably give you credit since it doesn't have an equal sign. All right, let's go to 8. All right, what can I times? What's 4 times 3? That's 12. 4 times negative 3 give you negative 12. Now I got I times I with it, which is I squared. All right, Gabe, what does I squared turn into? Good. So, guys, that's negative 12 times negative 1. That's 12. That's pretty easy. I definitely think we can do some of those. All right, let's go to 9. 9 looks a little more difficult. 5i root 24 times 3i root 18. All right, y'all look at how I wrote it down. What did I do first? Took the i's out. The reason I did that, now I can times the square roots in my calculator. Kelly, do me a favor. I want you to times 24 times 18 Tell me what you get. That's a big number. I don't know what that is.
432.
432. All right, so I got 15I squared, and Kelly says that's 432. Y'all write that down. I better get a calculator with that. All right, Gabe, next step, do this for me. Plug in square root of 432, Gabe. See what that gives you.
12 root 3.
All right, guys, this turns into 12 root 3. So now we got to find our answer. All right, here's our answer. What's I squared going to turn into?
Negative.
Negative 1, right? So I do negative 1 times 15 times 12. That gave me negative 180 root 3. So that one was a little bit more challenging, but we can do that. All right, next problem. Let's go to number 10. All right, basically the same thing. I got root 3 times I root 27. All right, Charlotte, times these two for me right here. Root 3 times root 27. Tell me what you get. You get 9? So my answer is 9I. That was easy. It's time to be the calculator. All right, 11. Now this is one y'all should know. I to the 16th power. What am I supposed to do? Divide it by 4. 16 divided by 4 does not give you a decimal. What's it give you? It just gives you 4. Grab me a red right there, please. Behind you. All right, so when you divide it, if it ends in 0.25, it's this one. 0.5 is this one. 0.75 is this one. If it doesn't have a decimal, guys, the answer is 1. So 16 divided by 4 is even, no decimal. Answer is 1. Let's go to 12. 15 plus 10I minus 4 plus 6I. All right, does anybody remember what y'all are supposed to do when you have a negative in between? Supposed to flip the signs. Which signs do I flip? Caleb, only the second one's over here. So negative times 4 is negative 4. Negative times 6 is negative 6. Whoops. All right, now y'all combine like terms and you're finished. All right, answer 15 minus 4 is 11 plus 4I. Am I good on that one? All right, next one, let's go to 13. 13, 4 plus 2I plus 1 plus 3I. All right, is this FOIL method or is this just basic adding like terms? How do you know? It's got a plus in between so we don't FOIL it, Caleb. All y'all do on this one's add like terms. All right, that one is simple. Add them up, see what you get. A lot of this stuff is really easy. All right, so 4 plus 1 is 5. 2 plus 3 is 5I. All right, go to 14.
How would you?
Go ahead.
For 13, those are in parentheses. Would you like add those or multiply those if there was no plus sign in them?
Yes.
Okay.
Like 14 are in parentheses and they don't have a plus sign. That's where you multiply. 4 minus 3I times 5 plus 7I. All right, just like Sarah was asking about, what do you do when it doesn't have a plus sign? You FOIL it out. All right, so Sarah, I'll start off by going 4 times 5, that's 20. 4 times 7I is 28I. Negative 15I. Negative 21I squared. All right, this is kind of where I'm worried about y'all messing up. Caleb, what do I do with this down here in the box right there? What do I do with that? The I squared turns into what, Caleb?
Huh?
The I squared turns into what?
-1.
Good. So -1 times -21 is plus 21. Y'all see how I did that?
Yeah.
My board's messing up. All right, now combine like terms and you got it. Y'all add your like terms up, you got it. Final answer, 20 plus 21 is 41 minus 13i. All right, 15 is a good one to do. 3 plus 2i, 3 minus 2i. All right, y'all foil that out, see what you get. All right, first step, y'all should have 9 minus 6i plus 6i minus 4i squared. All right, Mackenzie, what's that I squared turn into? -1, so that turns into a positive 4 because -1 times -4 is positive 4. All right, add them up. Kelly, what's your final answer on this one?
15.
Yeah.
I just got plain 13.
Just 13. Guys, what happens with the -6i and the positive 6i?
Cancel it.
Cancel out.
So it's
Okay, good.
13.
Answer's just 13. All right, I think y'all are good on that. I'm going to let y'all skip 16 and 17 if y'all hadn't already done it. Let's go to 18 and 19. 18, I got 5x squared plus 30.
You would move the 30 over.
Yep, we just did something like this. This one's a little different. Sarah says move the 30 over first. So when you move it over, Sarah, what's that going to give me?
-25.
5x squared equals -25. All right, I agree. What's next?
Take the square root of it.
Hold on. Divide by 5 first. So that'll give me x squared equals -5. Now take the square root.
Would it be plus or minus root of 5?
Plus or minus I square root of 5. Where'd the I come from? The negative. All right, let's go to 19. A squared plus 16 equals 0. All right, y'all go from there and get an answer.
Would it be plus or minus
A equals plus or minus 4i, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's let y'all do some by yourself now. We'll mark a bunch of these out. I'll leave this assignment on the board. All right, so the other problems, let's see.
Mr. Aaron,
Yes,
I need Sarah Hollingsworth to sign out.
okay. All right, so we're going to do 20 through 22. We're going to do 26 through 33. We'll do 35. How good we can say. Through 42. Through 53. All right, there's the problems that we're doing on this sheet. Y'all do that, and I'll put some answers on the board, and we'll see how much time we got left after that. I'm gonna give y'all about 20 minutes at the end, 30 minutes. Some of y'all have some work to make up. I got some quizzes and some tests to finish. If y'all find one of these you can't do, I think I went over everything. If you find one you can't do, let me know, and I'll get my answer book out and I'll put some answers on the board in a few minutes. You guys gonna have any hard final exams? I wouldn't count this one as a hard one. Which one? Spanish what? 3? Spanish 2. Is that Miss Ellis? What about economics? Is that a tough final? No, it shouldn't be.
She do test correction though.
If you guys get stuck and want to see one on the board, let me know. You do 28. Sure.
Stop this right.
28 and 27.
Sure.